For the past 90 years, the Victoria Amateur Swimming Club, or as it was known from the 1960s through the 80s, the Victoria Olympians, or VicOs, has been involved in teaching Victorians how to swim. The Victoria Amateur Swimming Club has also taught Victorians how to dive through 1967 and provided Royal Life-Saving Water Safety classes through 1972. The club was founded in 1913 by former members of the YMCA. They originally swam in the Gorge Waterway at a spot known as the Pay and Free, located near the tramway turnaround at Gorge Park, now known as Kinsman Park. Without the cleanup efforts of the past decade, it'd be impossible even to imagine swimming in the Gorge now, but several swim clubs were headquartered there 90 years ago. The first was the Y Swimming Club in 1908. Then came the Victoria Amateur Swim Club and the Victoria Ladies Swim Club in 1913. The Victoria and Island Athletic Association in 1914, and the Elks Swim Club in 1920. Each club was located within a few hundred yards of the Gorge Bridge. In 1919, the VASC opened its new 50-yard tank on the opposite side of the gorge, secured to the shoreline below Gorge View Road. This would be the club's home until 1925, when VASC moved indoors to the newly opened CPR Crystal Gardens. The brand new 50-yard pool was the first heated indoor saltwater pool in North America. It was officially opened in June 1925 with a grand swimming gala put on by the Victoria Amateur Swim Club. One of the stars was Tom Welburn, who set a Canadian record swimming the 100-yard freestyle in 1 minute 2.45 seconds. But who beat him? A great swimmer who would go on to set world and Olympic records but achieve fame in the movies, Johnny Weissmuller. Yeah, Tarzan. In July 1932, the Olympic trials were held at Vancouver and in Victoria at the Crystal. Stan Whitty, Lewis Cameron, Hazel Wright, and Thor's Rideout competed for the club. VASC hosted the Canadian Amateur Swimming and Diving Championships at the Crystal in August 1947 and continued to call the Crystal Gardens home for 46 years. In the 1960s, the club's competitive group took on the name Victoria Olympians, or VicOs. When structural and mechanical problems forced the city to close the Crystal Gardens pool in 1971, VASC moved into the newly opened Victoria City Crystal Pool on Quadra Street. The club hosted an open house at the new 50-meter Crystal Pool on November 30, 1971. In March 1982, VASC hosted over 300 swimmers from 41 clubs in the Western Junior National Championships. VicO entered 13 men and 10 women and finished first overall. The club stayed at Crystal Pool for 22 years until the new Saanich Commonwealth Place was completed in 1993. The following March, VASC hosted the Canadian Commonwealth Games trials there, and since moving into the new facility, the club has hosted 2 other nationals and a World and Pan American trials meet. VASC swimmers have competed in all of them. Most recently, for the first time ever, Island Swimming Association, of which VASC is a member, won the BC AAA Long Course Championship. Throughout the years, the Victoria Amateur Swimming Club has put on many special events. There have been Christmas Day races, school meets, BC Dominion and Canadian Championships, Olympic trials, Commonwealth Games trials, and World Cup trials. VASC members have been involved at every level. From 1920 to 1964, the Christmas Day Swim was an annual 50-yard handicap, with the winner taking home the Captain M.D. Harvard Cup. For the first 6 years, the race was held at the club enclosure on the gorge. Then it was moved to the Inner Harbor. The only year it was cancelled was 1937 due to a snowstorm. VASC put on the first annual school swim meet in 1925 at the Crystal Gardens. This past March, the 77th meet was held at Saanich Commonwealth Place. The Victoria Amateur Swimming Club has had swimmers compete at all levels, from local club meets through island regionals, provincials, nationals, and right up to the Pan Am Games, Commonwealth Games, and the Olympics. The following athletes have represented VASC at the Olympics: Monica Trump, who was selected but didn't go for the 1936 Games in Berlin; Pam Ray and Wayne Kelly at Los Angeles in 1984. There was John Kelly at Seoul in 1988, Nikki Dryden for the Barcelona Games in 1992, Kristen Patelski in Atlanta in 1996 and Sydney in 2000, and Rick Say in Sydney and this year in Athens. Presently, 2 VASC members hold Canadian age group records: Michael Calkins for the 100-meter butterfly for 11 and 12-year-olds, and Suzanne Weckend for the 100-meter backstroke in the 13 and 14-year-olds. Right now, 27 British Columbia age group records are held by members of the Victoria Amateur Swimming Club.